Death and taxes. A saying as old as time. But the entity we're talking about today doesn't seem the least bit concerned with fixing the tax part. If you know anything about the SCP Foundation, then you already know this being is no ordinary anomaly. It's one of the most dangerous and significant of them all. He's been around since the very beginning, lurking in the shadows, working silently on his projects, step by step inching closer to his ultimate goal. A terrifying fusion of precise science and barbaric necromancy. In this video, we're going to imagine a bleak dystopian timeline. A world controlled from behind the curtain by one figure, or rather, one monster disguised as a man. This is SCP-049, the Plague Doctor, and in his world we, humanity, are the pestilence. So, what if SCP-049 was real? But before we dive into this nightmare scenario, don't forget, if you're a fan of SCP lore, creepy plague doctors, or just life's strangest and darkest questions, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe with the notification bell so you won't miss our latest uploads, and stick around until the end, where we'll be reading some of your most creative comments. Let's begin. According to Foundation records, SCP-049, also known as the Plague Doctor, is classified as a Euclid-class anomalous humanoid, standing about 1.9 meters tall, appearing exactly like a medieval plague doctor. Long-beaked mask, dark robes, eerie hood. But here's the twist, his garments aren't real clothing at all, they've fused with his body over time, growing from him, making it impossible to tell where the costume ends and the entity begins. SCP-049 is capable of speaking in multiple languages, most often English and Old French. He was first discovered during investigations into a series of strange disappearances in Montauban, southern France. During a raid, authorities stumbled upon multiple instances of SCP-0492, corpses reanimated by him into stumbling zombie-like servants, as well as SCP-049 himself, quietly watching and taking notes in his journal as though the massacre was just an experiment. Here's where it gets truly terrifying. SCP-049 doesn't stop. He observes, he adapts, he learns, he believes humanity is plagued by a great pestilence, which, in his view, is nothing more than our very mortality. His mission? To cure death. But not in the way we would hope. Inside Foundation containment, SCP-049 spends his time working on corpses, endlessly reanimating them in his pursuit of the perfect cure. So let's fast forward the timeline. What if he finally perfected it? What if his creations were no longer twisted, shambling monsters, but indistinguishable from real, living humans? Imagine them as sleeper agents, people who look and act completely normal, but are secretly puppets under the Plague Doctor's control. That's the nightmare. SCP-049 has a cause, a purpose, one that will never end until every living being is cured. And if that day ever came, the result wouldn't be a world without death. It would be hell on Earth. Not a chaotic zombie apocalypse like in the movies, but a perfectly organized, militarized global army of the undead. Imagine Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini rolled into one, commanding an immortal army that never stops, never rests, never questions. Humanity, animals, every living thing from whales to mice, locked into eternal undeath under the Plague Doctor's will. That's not salvation. That's eternal servitude, a living nightmare from which there is no escape. So let's be thankful, for now, that the SCP Foundation is just fiction. Or at least let's hope so.